Tyla has been called a diva for asking Halle Bailey and Lil Nas X to hold her movement at the VMAs. Born January 30th, 2002, Tyla is 22 years old and she signed with Epic Records in 2021 following her debut single, Getting Late. This year, she won the 2024 BET Award for the Best New Artist, and she won a Grammy for Best African Music Performance. Some people might know Tyla from her song Water, which is very popular on TikTok, and people had all types of dances to her song. And at the VMAs on September 11th, she won the Best Afrobeats category. Tyla started an upward on the night of the VMAs on September 11th when she accepted her award for Best Afrobeats. And before she gave her acceptance speech, she looked over to Halle Bailey and Lil Nas X and asked if one of them could hold her award for her because it is too heavy. Due to her doing this, people had started calling her a diva, a brat, saying that she's weak and she can't hold her own movement. And this also has people saying that she needs to learn she's in America and she needs to act accordingly.
My thing is, if Tyla doesn't rebrand soon, she will not last in the music industry. The whole I'm just a South African girl who loves to make music within a culture I know nothing about is not going to last. She doesn't have the versatility, she doesn't have the vocal range, nor does she have the catalog to sustain likability. She's already on people's shit list because of the way she's presenting herself. She's trying to distance herself so far from the Black community. It's starting to make her look crazy. It's starting to make her look very disingenuous. Like it's not panning out for her. If her team doesn't get a hold of this, and I mean quickly, she's just not gonna last. Definitely not with us. So she needs to pivot or rebrand or do something different because she looks crazy. I don't know how that's it. She just looks crazy as hell. You can't tell me that you don't know nothing about the culture you're singing in. No.
Some on social media even made remarks about how Halle felt some type of way by being asked to hold her award.
Tyla got her VMA award and she was like, oh my God, this award is just so heavy. I'm just so weak. I cannot hold this. Can you just, can somebody hold this? The fact that she tried to hand that award to Halle as if Halle is not about the same damn size as Tyla. Like, girl, if it's heavy for you, what you think it's going to be for her? And that's how you know Halle do not play about her respect, baby, because she did not budge. She did not lift a finger. She did not give no insinuation that she was about to reach for that award. The cherry on top was Halle did it with a smile. Because the thing about demanding your respect is you don't have to be nasty. You don't have to be loud. You don't got to be mean. She stood there and smiled and was like, honey, I beg your finest pardon. I am not holding that award for you. But Lil Nas X, he felt the vibes. That's why he went ahead and said, let me go ahead and grab this award and be a man and just grab this award from her and let her go on and do her speech. Now, Tyla is a very talented artist. I like her music. I like her dance moves. I like her style. But, honey, she gonna have to work on that personable stuff. I don't know if artist development is still a thing with these record labels, but I feel like she needs to spend a little bit more time in artist development because she does not come off very likable.
But the two of them quickly put that to rest, stating in a tweet, y'all make everything weird. I'm not asking my girl Halle. We just girls. Stafu, I want a VMA. Halle says, exactly. Love you, babes. Congrats. But this did not stop people from voicing their opinions on how they took her actions that night.
Tyla make it so hard for anybody to like her. Like, you weak ass bitch. You can't hold no award. And Halle just sitting up there looking at that bitch like a fool because how dare you? I'm not the help. Bitch, I am Little Mermaid. You just a washed up ass bitch that's weak.
Some comments say, she better ask Danny Lay about our cancellation policy. She just don't know Americans will cancel you real quick. It's just something about her I don't like. Do you know you have 30 minutes? Somebody tell her this ain't gonna work out the way she thinks it is. She thought she ate. Now I really don't like you. Be careful, life will humble you quickly. She said, bet, let's make it worse. She finna cancel herself right on back across the water. She's starting to rub me the wrong way, I don't know. Another issue that was brought to light was about how Tyla doesn't claim any blackness. But in response to this, Tyla had came out and tweeted, never denied my blackness. I don't know where that came from. I'm mixed with black, Zulu, Irish, Mauritian, Indian, and colored. In South Africa, I will be classified as a colored woman. In other places, I will be classified as a black woman.
Everyone who's complaining about Tyla has clearly never been around a colored woman. Because the way that she's acting is just typical. I don't know what to tell you.
Tyla is an example of someone that will be unlikable to the insecure, the low self-esteem with a serious inferiority complex. Because why she gotta be an uppity African just because she doesn't move like a house girl? Because you can't convince me that this whole outrage is just because she playfully asked somebody to hold her award. It's interesting how some people can be like icon, real queen, mother to Chappelle Roan, but Tyla is the uppity African. Okay. I guess you know when artist has made it when they can't even give a coherent response to validate their dislike. It's just something about her. What is it? Her energy just seems a bit off. Just throwing words in the air, hoping somebody will catch it. And I'm not comparing or pitting these two artists against each other, but it's the same rhetoric people have for Beyonce in a bid to sound edgy or different. Anyways, here's to big uppity African Sha.
I don't think that anybody is jealous of Tyla, but I do think that people are misplacing their anger towards Tyla and her success. They don't see Tyla as someone who's deserving of the praise she gets because they see her as another mediocre light-skinned artist that exploits Black culture. And a part of the reason is because she considered herself to be a colored woman instead of saying Black woman, but she already addressed this on a tweet. And here's a tweet in case people didn't see it. It's pretty old. I understand why some Black people, and especially Black women, are defensive about who they choose to support and give praise to, because a lot of the times it just blows back up in our face. But at the same time, I don't think it's fair to assess her whole character based on how she chooses to identify with herself. And I could be wrong, but I think that some Black Americans don't understand that some people don't make being Black a huge part of their identity because they don't have to. They have the privilege to exist outside of their race. What I mean by this is that a lot of Black people here in this country have strong Black pride because of the history that surrounds Blackness. And in other countries where nearly the entire population is the same race probably isn't something that is a huge deal for them. I'm not saying that there's no forms of like discrimination that exists within their country. Maybe race just isn't a big factor for them. But in America, it is something that we have to consider every day because we have to fight for the right to exist in a country that was built off the backs of people who look like us. And I also think that colorism is a huge factor as to why people don't like Tyla. And of course, I'm not saying that people are being colorist towards Tyla, but I do think that her success can be triggering for some Black women because colorism is a huge problem in the entertainment industry. I've seen some people make commentary on Tyla winning that award. They were saying how Ira Starr, Thames, Davido, and all the other Afrobeats artists got robbed. And I personally do agree with that because those artists actually make Afrobeats music. And Tyla is an amapiano artist. She even said this herself during the speech.
The global impact that water has had on the world just proves that African music can be pop music too. Like, this is just so special, but also bittersweet because I know there's a tendency to group all African artists under Afrobeat. It's a thing, and even though Afrobeat has run things and has opened so many doors for us, African music is so diverse. And I just want to shout out all the Afrobeats artists in this category with me. Shout out Thames, Ira Starr, shout out Loj, shout out Rema, Whiskey Boy, all of us. And yeah, love you guys.
So long story short, I feel like a lot of people are just misunderstanding Tyla, and because of the whole colored situation, they have already placed her in that negative light. It was never about her not wanting to hold her own award. I mean, that's a silly thing to be mad over. I think it's just the fact that light-skinned artists always get more recognition than darker-skinned artists that have just the same amount, if not more, talent than the light-skinned artist.
So in my opinion, I can see why people would think that she is acting like a diva, but then again, I don't know a whole lot about her. I do not follow her on anything, so I'm not sure about other incidences where she was acting like a diva and it was known. But then again, we can't say for sure that that was her intention, and some people said that's because she was talking with her hands as well. That's why she had asked one of them, I guess Little Nas, because she said she wasn't talking to Halle, to hold it. And people are saying that that's not really a good enough reason for her to ask someone else to hold her award. People do not know how heavy the award is. Some people are saying it's 20 pounds. Some people are saying it's 7. And I'm like, if it's 20 pounds, that is quite a lot of weight. Sometimes that can feel heavy just holding for a while, but I feel like I just would have sucked it up. But then again, we have to maybe just pay attention to customs. She is from a different country. I don't know. I feel like maybe that can come into play. Maybe she shouldn't have assumed that someone was going to give it and hold it for her. Maybe she just thought it was okay because Lil Nas is a man and she just wanted to ask a man to hold something heavy for her. And I just feel like Lil Nas took over because Halle wasn't moving and they had to get on with the speech to move on to the next category. So I feel like he just kind of gave in. He's the man on the stage and she's just staring back at them. And all the people saying that if she's in the United States, she used to follow American customs. Yes, I can understand that to an extent, but with what she did, I don't think that's necessarily a culture difference or anything, because there can be any other American woman that asks a man. But I think it's just some people already see her as a diva, maybe from past behavior that I'm not aware of right now. But I think it's just also that she's confident in herself, and people are calling Lil Nas and Halle the help in relation to Tyla asking either one of them to help hold it. But I don't think that that was really true. So let me hear your guys' opinions on what you think about all of this. Do you feel like Tyla is a diva, or do you just feel like people taking it out of context? Do you think it's any other reason? I would love to hear your opinions, and thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.